A lot of you have probably already seen the video Craig Jones posted of himself completely destroying Kid Dale, but what a lot of people missed is that this was clearly not a serious round, because they were flow rolling, having fun, and Kid was allowing Craig to move through positions without putting him under any real pressure. But then Kid Dale posted another round of them actually sparring, and the moment the intensity went up, the entire story changed, because Craig was no longer comfortably moving through him. He was being forced into difficult exchanges, struggling to keep up with the pace, and by the end of the round, he looked like he was barely surviving, and one more scramble away from having a heart attack. So what really happened when Kid Dale stopped playing around, and Craig was forced to deal with him in a serious round? Let's break it down right away. The first thing that you will notice in this round from Kid Dale is that he is never accepting bottom position. Straight away he's scrambling out, going on a wrestle ups and trying to go into a top position and put pressure from top all the time. He ended up in a Kneebar here, so let's see if he'll manage to pull that left hip of Craig Jones open so he can relieve the pressure. And he is doing just that. So this is amazing defense in my opinion, because not only that you relieve the pressure from that Kneebar, but also it is easier for you to slip your knee line. So this is very interesting. I think he's waiting for Craig Jones to transition into another leg lock. Yeah, maybe for a straight foot lock for Craig Jones, but now Kid Dale is completely out of that Kneebar. And maybe Craig Jones will go for a straight foot lock here. Kid Dale is keeping his knee inward, so it's hard for Craig Jones to go for a Aoki lock. So yeah, they will be just like recentering in the middle here. Guys, in this match also pay attention how Kid Dale is using his head. So his head is always in a perfect position, not too low, not too high. If the head is too low, it is easy for Craig Jones to go for guillotines all the time, which we will see in this match here. But if the head is too high, it is easy for Craig Jones to go into leg entanglements and wrestle ups. So Kid Dale is keeping his head in the right spot all the time, which is very important. Also, one more thing from Kid Dale. You need to pay attention how he's blocking the top hip of Craig Jones all the time, using C grips and also just palm grips. So he's always in a perfect position to escape. He's always leaving space between him and Craig Jones. We will see that later much more. So let's see if Craig Jones will manage to go into K-guard from this position. The right hand of Kid Dale is in underhook position, so it will be hard for Craig Jones to get a hold of that K-guard and maybe enter into the legs. And Kid Dale is being lazy with his head here, yeah. He was going for a Sao Paulo pass, but he was a little bit lazy there. Also, that chin strap from Craig Jones looks crazy tight. Straight away transitioning to darts. Rolling with his shoulders flat on the ground so he can like twist and relieve the pressure from the darts. I think he will get like free from these darts because he's mostly, yeah, he was flat with his shoulders, and darts, when the person is flat on the shoulders, it is so hard to finish. That was amazing from Kid Dale, going for that butterfly sweep while Craig Jones was trying to go for a overhook, underhook, body lock pass. So that was just amazing from Kid Dale, using that stiffness from Craig Jones to butterfly sweep him. And again, pay attention to this position from Kid Dale. Maybe he can even go into a crazy dog pass from here, weaving his left hand in between the legs of Craig Jones. But he's mostly just like framing the hip of Craig Jones right now. Yeah, he's going for a crazy dog pass right now. But Craig Jones just recovering straight away, sitting up. Maybe going for an arm drag on the right hand of Kid Dale, which did not work. It is so hard to move Kid Dale, so hard. If you see, the one going backwards is always Craig Jones. It is not Kid Dale going backwards. So this is very important, because if you know Craig Jones, he's the one moving forward and attacking all the time. But you pay attention how many times he needs to reposition himself, Craig Jones, in this round, because he's being uncomfortable because of Kid Dale. So this is very important how Kid Dale is moving from this position. And we can clearly see how Craig Jones is trying to attack Kid Dale. It is not like he's not trying, but Kid Dale is so stiff from this position. It is so hard to move him. I think the best option for Craig Jones is to go into close guard and try to go from close guard into K guard and attacks from there. Because yeah, just like this. But Kid Dale going for Sao Paulo pass. Again, the same guillotine for Craig Jones, but now it did not work because the head of Kid Dale was higher. So it was so much harder for Craig Jones to get a good bite on that guillotine. Recentering again. It is interesting how Kid Dale is framing the hip of Craig Jones. So if you pay attention to the left hand of Kid Dale, he's always either on the hip of or C-gripping the armpit of Craig Jones, the top armpit. In this case, his right hand. So this is very important how Kid Dale is staying safe from this position. Always on the hip or always under the armpit of Craig Jones using those C-grips. But this is the problem with this style of passing. You are so much on your knees. So because you are so much on your knees, people will get you in close guard. And if you are not good at escaping this position like Kid Dale is, this Saulo pass is amazing from Kid Dale. And he's in a good position to attack straight away. Craig Jones going for another guillotine, which I think is a big mistake. Kid Dale's head positioning and also getting that crossface in time completely screw up Craig Jones' plan there. But Craig Jones is very good at recovering from this position and straight away going for attack on the legs. Kid Dale just blocking the top hip of Craig Jones, not allowing him to connect his legs so he can put pressure. Also, if you see the right leg of Kid Dale is under both of the legs of Craig Jones. You see this weird position? You know, maybe berimbolo from Craig Jones, but it did not work. And again, Kid Dale going on top. Pay attention to the left hand of Kid Dale. C-gripping the armpit of Craig Jones. He's doing it constantly. That is so interesting how he's doing it. He will do it again now. Just watch this position. Off balance from Craig Jones and watch that left C-grip from Kid Dale. And transitioning into underhook straight away. And again on the armpit. Straight away he's going for that grip. That is like amazing because if you know the game of Craig Jones, he wants to get close to you with his upper body so he can use Octopus guard and positions like that. But that C-grip from Kid Dale is completely not allowing Craig Jones to go into positions like that. And again, Kid Dale smashed the hips of Craig Jones and Craig Jones is forced to go into turtle. He will shoulder roll for sure from this position. That is his main defense. He just trying to disconnect the arms of Kid Dale just like this and shoulder rolling. Yeah, he wants to go into shoulder roll and then go into leg locks or guillotine type of reversals or finishes from that position. It is funny because in his instructionals, he's mostly saying like stand up from that position and disconnect. But if he's going against a serious opponent, that is his main reaction under pressure from that position. And I will put both of their BJJ instructionals in the description and pinned comment so you can check them out. And Craig Jones is going for a false rip entry maybe from this position. But it completely did not work because Kid Dale was cooping the top hip of Craig Jones. Yeah, that crossface from Kid Dale is just amazing. Straight away when Craig Jones is trying to go for that reach around guillotine, Kid Dale is using that crossface and completely smashing Craig Jones. And the round ended. That was an amazing round. Guys, if you want more breakdowns from UFC BJJ, Polaris, who is number one, ADCC, I post them all on my Patreon because I cannot post them on YouTube, so I must post them on Patreon. The link is in the description and pinned comment. And subscribe because I post things like this every day. Thank you guys. Goodbye.